Hi everyone, you alright? This thing's been playing up again. Yeah. Major incident last night over our area. Quite a large number of helicopters came over. Something's going on. And I think there was several Chinook helicopters in the area, going over the Blackburn area. Mainly, yeah, some majors going on. Is this the start of the? I reckon they're getting things ready for the building of the new cyber security centre in Salisbury. I think they're getting equipment in place. I think to be truthful, I think they're going to start putting some temporary housings over there for certain types of equipment that they're going to be putting in there. Blackburn with Darwen have no real input to what is going to go there, because with it being a government department, the government can basically turn around and put anything it wants there, without asking the local council for planning permission and stuff like that. They can just turn around and stick it there. So there was quite a lot of helicopter activity around my area last night. It went on for approximately over an hour. This is the second time this has happened. I think the first time they were doing a scout mission to determine if the area is suitable for what they're going to do with it. It's well known that BAE have underground facilities there. More goes on there than what people are letting on. I know they do drawings and stuff, and it's in some parts it's quite a secretive place. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I was quite surprised, really, that they carried out this operation, because the weather was absolutely terrible last night. It was constantly raining. It was constantly lashing it down. I feel sorry for the guys who were up there, flying round and stuff, because it's not an easy job to do, especially in absolute torrential rain. So they were flying round, and so it's just one of those things that's been happening around here. I've also noticed there's a lot of activity up by the railway. Been a lot of activity up by the railway of recent days as well. this be tied in? Because there is no real railway line next to Salisbury. It's the other side of Salisbury where the railway line is going through to Preston. Yeah. So it goes round the top end of Salisbury, does the railway line, and goes straight through. And it's more like Walton-le Dale area for the railway line. And yeah, I don't, for what I have been hearing, that there has been a lot of activity going on around that area. Some people in the village have been turning around and saying that more and more heavy goods vehicles are actually using that road at the moment. I don't know if it's for what is going on at the site, but I've also been hearing that they're putting a few industrial units along the side of the A677. Normally, when that sort of thing happens, I think it was, I can't remember what place it was, but I think it was in Manchester. Lockheed Martin decided to get a place there, a production facility there, and what they did on the outskirts of that is to put quite a fair few civilian businesses there, just to mask the area. Oh, it's just an industrial estate, but what they basically did, they put buildings all the way round just to mask it from the road, so that people couldn't see what goes on there. And yeah, that's what they did. So that's what I reckon they'll be doing to Salisbury. There'll be businesses, especially where the big houses, Salisbury Hall, and the centre there for outdoor activities and stuff. You'll basically notice a number of buildings go up in that area to make it look like a bit more of an industrial estate than anything else. So, to be truthful, that's just to cover the area with stuff, so it just blends in. And it's just an ordinary factory building. Don't worry about that, But yeah, the government have acknowledged that they are going to put a cyber security unit there, and yeah, it's all a part of Boris's levelling up agenda. But the people in Blackburn should get a little bit concerned, because it mainly would focus on the town, and a lot of the people who work there, they'll be brought out from out of town, and they'll most probably get houses in the area, and so on and so forth. But Salisbury's quite a shall we say, affluent area of Blackburn. Yeah, because part of it is in Blackburn. And yeah, it's going to be quite a big complex. It will go down. They will be digging a really big hole there, for the equipment to go in, because they have to put that there because the blast. If there was a terrorist atrocity carried out, it would be a sitting duck, and yeah. That's why they'll dig a big hole first, and then they'll put the foundations in first, the usual sort of stuff, and then they'll probably have a basement underneath, several basements anyway, bunkers and stuff. Then they'll put the multiple floors there. It'll be quite a big complex, really. BAE have sold quite a fair bit of the land for this, and also there's a farm on the edge of BAE's property, and that's also, I understand, quite a large proportion of that has been bought off the farmer, and he's probably having a nice making the most of it whilst he can, due to this what's going on. Yeah, it's like the guy at Blackpool who did the fracking site. Yeah, and by the way, that site it's got people on it at the moment, and they're basically given up on fracking for gas there because the agenda's changed. Maybe they're going to try and turn it into a big, massive thermal heat pump instead of gas. But then again, I might be wrong. On Preston New Road, I know Quadrilla did something there. They drilled down a fair bit, but I think what will happen is, I think they'll use that as a geothermal generation site on Preston New Road at Blackpool, and geothermal heat and stuff, maybe, and which will pipe out to properties somewhere. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Maybe the most probably might start fracking for gas again. You never know. We'll just, things that are going on round here, they don't really publicise them because they think they might become a terrorist threat, terrorist target. Sorry. Yeah. Yesterday, as I said, yesterday was quite a horrible day, and wasn't that brilliant. Our friend Alf is here again today. He's sat on. I don't know. George has gone in the other room for some apparent reason. He doesn't really like to associate himself with Alfie, really, and yeah. So Alfie's just sat here, crashed out and everything, and George's in the other room, in my mum's room and everything. So he's sat on her bed. It's a bit. It's returning into, two cat house now. George is sleeping in one room and Alfie's visiting and he's sleeping here. Yeah. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do what I'm gonna do today. It is Wednesday. Oh, it looks like Dance of dance to the musical car parks again today, does it? Yeah, the weather here is very overcast and it's damn cold. So I'll be putting me, I don't know which coat I'm going to put on today. Am I going to put a yellow coat on, or am I going to put the orange one on? We'll just have to wait and see. And I just hope everybody's having a great day. I saw a Walk on the Wild Sides video last night. It was pretty interesting. Lower walk, mid walk, on the promenade, the upper prom. Yeah, pretty good. That place on that part of the Blackpool side, it is notorious for what goes on there, and that's the reason why they put police notices up there, and you've got to be careful when you're down there. The Metropole Hotel and the Grand, they've got how can I put it, mentioned. Well, Britannia Group have been mentioned again, and yeah, something has to be done about these hotels. Something has to be done. It's about time to be taken for the resort to be taken seriously. It's gonna be, you're gonna have to pull your finger out, Blackpool Council. I know the Hilton has put in a planning application for a extension. I know a lot of those hotels, really, a lot of them need demolishing and basically, replaced with newer properties, really, because a lot of them don't conform to Equality Act regulations, and it's a mess. I must admit, it's a mess. Things that were built in 19 whatever, they're not really fit for purpose, and they need knocking down. And majority of the town, I'm sorry to say, if you want people to come there, you're going to have to completely, totally start afresh, because the place looks like a slum. Once you get a certain way in, your town looks a mess. It really does. It's like any old northwest town. It's tired. It is really tired, and basically it needs pulling down and redoing. What you should be really doing is what they're doing in the Manchester Salford area. Yeah, high rise. Yeah, because if you do high rise, right, you'd have more green space, right, for your citizens to use. Yeah, people turn around and criticise me about that I'm I'm a high rise fanatic. Well, yeah, but the reason why I'm so enthusiastic about high rise is that, you know, it's a way of creating green space, you know, and yeah, it saves a lot of space, of which you can plant trees and stuff, and you can put more parks in for the local community and all that. But you know, Blackpool, once you go past the seafront, and it does have some nice places like the park and the parks and stuff. But you know, besides that, quite a lot of Blackpool looks. It's just a mess. It's just a mess, and it's pretty same about a lot of northern towns. And I went into Manchester not so long ago. Part of where Salford Hospital used to be, it's been turned into apartments. But across the road, they've put some small. They've put some retail there, all the way across. To be truthful, I think that's a bit of a mistake, really. But then again, I might be wrong, and I reckon they're going to put something behind it, because when I went I did a little bit of a walk from Manchester to Salford, and there was quite a fair bit of building work going on. I spoke to one of the crew members who were putting it. It looked like a bit of. People said it looked like an ugly building, but it's just the way that it was constructed. Once it's finished, it's going to be a car park, and once the car park is finished, they're going to put a high rise there as well. So it's going to be pretty good when it's finished. And once that's done, it's done. The rest of the building projects that are planned are going ahead. Rankin has been told that there will be more projects coming along, and yeah, if there's more projects coming along, the better, really. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. The homeless crisis still goes on, and I don't know. In my area, there are quite a fair few homeless. Well, but so-called homeless, but some of them are basically, shall we say, quotes, fake homeless. Fake homeless. Basically, they're just too lazy to get off the backsides and get a job. But me, you know, I've got medical grounds for, you know, unable to get anything, you know, and I'm just waiting to see what happens next, because the government is talking about prescription charges. They're going to stop. They're going to stop the free prescriptions, and we'll see what happens. if I'm going to end up paying for my stuff, because of what I'm on. I might be discussing with them what's going on. This is a bit personal, like, but I'm going to have to discuss with them going on to a single tablet. There is a thing called a single tablet solution out there, but a lot of practices don't like prescribing it. If you're type 2 diabetic and you're on more than one tablet, you can get what they call a multi tablet, which they're quite a hefty tablet to swallow. But if you've got to take it, you've got to take it. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. Also, they're talking about the government is also talking about the reintroduction of mask mandates. In my area, there has been a very large spike of COVID cases. And it's shooting up again. For what I've heard in my area, the booster jabs have been stalled. Yeah. Well, make the most of that. If you get offered one, don't waste it. Go in and get it done. But I'm not too keen on what else they're doing with that, because I've been hearing cases that they're putting multiples in, like they're putting in the flu. They're putting the flu jab in, but the major problem with the flu one, we didn't have anything last year, to be, for flu shots and stuff. So they don't know what variant of flu that's going round, because they've been concentrating on COVID. But there's pneumonia shots going round as well. But the thing is, your body can only take so many shots going in at once, And I've been hearing, one or two horror stories of late that they're just not putting one in, they're not putting two in, they're putting about three in some cases. Or we'll give him his booster, we'll give him his flu, and we'll give him this pneumonia jab as well. Yeah. Your body can only take so much, folks. Your body can only take so much of inoculations. You can't put quite a lot. You can't put more than two in it. Two in a person. Well, that's what I reckon anyway. You can't put more than two in a person at mixing it sort of thing. Because like it comes alphabet soup, and it could be, it could be lethal. You know what I mean? I know a friend who had all three, and they ended up in the hospital. They put all three in and everything, all at the same time. Not good. And they ended up in the hospital, and they ended up pretty ill with it. you know, and they're just just waiting to see what happens now, you know, and these people, well, they've done this to several people, and there's quite a fair few people in the hospital because they put three shots in at the same time, one after the other, and as I say, your body can only take so much, you know. I think the maximum they're meant to put in is 2, but I've been hearing in some cases they've been putting 3 or more in. You know, been putting about 3 in, and it's making people very ill. Yeah. Like the nursing staff have been very vocal about the booster jab. Some of them have even been vocal about the second one. Yeah, it sounds like my mum's back. I'm going to have to put a jumper on so that I don't get cowed, and see how it goes. Well, behind a jumper now. You're right, Mum. Oh, was it? Alright. I'm still. He's still here, yeah.
Absolutely throwing again.
Yeah, I know.
It's a shame, isn't it?
What?
You don't have to throw him out.
Well, you go and get the stuff, and I'll sit here and look after babysit this fella here. Alright.
He must like plastic. He must do.
It's
Has he woke up?
It's woke up once or twice, and then he's gone back to sleep again. Because what it is, I think it's what the bag's actually made out of.
Yeah.
So it's reflect it, because what these bags are for, you know, to keep
Waterproof.
the water, not just waterproof. They're designed to keep. No,